Hey guys, it's David Fay. Hey guys, it's David Fay, and I'm here with Marion Rusfeld, and we are with Red Room Now, which you already know. Let's do that again. Hi, this is David Fay, and this is Marion.
Marion Rusfeld. Hi, I'm here to help David, because we're going to show you some cool art to do, and you know it's serious because we've got rubber gloves and goggles. So, what are we going to do, David?
Should I start again, or should I?
No, it's so So, David, this looks serious. You gave me rubber gloves and goggles. So, what the heck are we doing today?
Well, come on, you know how expensive molding materials are. They can be.
Do I?
Well, don't you do any molding at all?
You like to do moldy art, do you?
No, not moldy art, but molding. Molding gets expensive.
So you're making molds of little items.
The most expensive, and this is the platinum, and it's a clear silicone. And this is great for molding like an entire figure, because you can use an X-Acto knife and cut it out, and you can see your figure in the mold as you're like cutting out. So, but very expensive, and sometimes it's like, you know, a lot of people can't afford that, and they just want a little simple something to do. I've got an amazing idea. Now you can get this at the 99-cent store, or you can get this at your local hardware store. Just make sure it says 100% pure silicone. Okay, it has to be 100% pure silicone and not just regular caulking, because a lot of times it's like you'll go to use it and it'll never set up. Right. So we're going to use 100% silicone. You want to make sure you have rubber gloves on, right? And your Wonka vision glasses. If you can't get Wonka vision glasses, you can just have Marion and I over to your house and we'll do it for you. There you go.
Why do we need the Wonka vision goggles? It's just for fun. You just wanted to make me look silly. And now my hair's all screwed up. Okay. What are we doing, Dave?
Okay. So you're going to need 100% silicone, and you're going to need cornstarch, whichever brand you would like. I think we chose, how do you say it?
Maizena. I don't know. Maizena.
Indians say maize.
That's right, cornstarch.
Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the silicone, and I'm going to, because I didn't bring my caulking gun, that was kind of stupid of me, right? I should have made a bigger cut, because this is going to take hours. We'll fast forward this part right here, because...
How much of that do we need?
A lot.
Oh. Really? Let's make a very small mold, or this could be ours. I wish I had made the hole bigger. Okay, so... we'll speed this part up. So we'll just sit here and stare at it. Look at how fast it's going. Oh my god, I wish I had scissors. Oh, now it's turning off the backside too, so let's give you some too. Oh, okay. Wish I brought the gun. Yummy.
So if you have a caulking gun, this becomes easier.
Way better.
Here's your first helpful tip. Get a caulking gun with your caulk, and then...
I can't afford it, that's why I'm doing molding this way.
See, if you have more time than money, this is what you do.
So we're gonna go little here, okay? Now, this is kind of strong smelling, as you can tell. This is something you might want to do outside as well. Now, here's what you do. You take your cornstarch, and you're gonna put probably an equal amount of powder.
And you're very carefully measuring this out.
Yes. Well, no, I don't. I just eye it. Okay, so I'm going to let you do the same thing, and then we're going to just start taking the silicone caulk.
Equal amount.
You take it and you kind of like scrape it up, and then you flip it over, and then you flip it over, and you flip it over. You kind of knead the cornstarch into it like this, back and forth, and then. You can see there's no way you would be able to pick this up normally. No way. Look at that. I can actually pick it up right now. But you still got to keep kneading it out, pressing it, adding more cornstarch to it. And then again, roll it into it until you start to be able to feel it and it doesn't stick to your gloves. Now, right now I'm having a hard time speaking.
Why is that?
Because this cornstarch is almost like taking your nails on a chalkboard to me, and I forgot about that part. It's giving me goosebumps and I can hardly talk. It's making me cringe.
That's really weird.
This is horrible. I can't believe I'm doing this on camera, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
But look at this. See, now I can actually make a ball with this. Okay, that's what you want, because what I want to be able to do is press into that and not have it stick to me. And if you've got it not sticking to you, you've got it at the right consistency. I might want to add just a little bit more powder.
I want to brush off my shirt, but I know it'll just make things worse.
Right. So, and then you want to make a little tiny medallion size, whatever size you're molding for your mold. Now, another thing you can do is kind of fun is I take like little tins I find, like M&M tins or little fossil tins or Altoid tins, and you can press your stuff in now. Now, this is an example with this molding stuff, but it keeps my mold good and it lasts for a long time.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, so it's a good way to store it. See, I think you've added a little too much because yours is starting to do that wrinkle stiff thing. So it's like, on one side, this starts to set up really fast. This caulking would usually take anywhere from 6 to 7 hours to set up. It is going to set up probably in about 20-30 minutes where you can actually pull your stuff out.
Faster because of the cornstarch?
Yes. So you want to roll that into a ball where you can get it a nice tight ball. There you go, perfect. Just so it's deep enough to push that in about a quarter of the way, at least so you get a good impression of your mold.
So I can press him face first down into this.
So another thing is, a lot of the older molding materials that you use, you have to use a silicone release or a mold release. With this, you don't need to because of the cornstarch.
So now the skull is going, help me, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Yes, it's kind of like that. So Jackie,
our fabulous camera person.
Our fabulous camera person. Let's give a shout out and a wave to her. Hey, Jackie! Hi, Jackie! Okay, so I'm going to take this now and I'm going to press this into my mold.
Oh, we have to wait for it to set up now. We don't touch it for a while?
You don't touch it for a while. And you know what? The good thing is about this also, it's kind of cool, is pop it in the freezer. Or you can pop it in the refrigerator for like a minute or 2 minutes where it's nice and cold. And then when you pop it, it gives you a nice, good, clean impression.
So how do you know when it's done?
You can pop it right out.
Oh.
You get some of the molding plastics to pour into it.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think we need to press him back in there.
You know, you can either follow directions or no.
So then you can pour an epoxy in there and make your own little epoxy version of the skull. Do you have an example of something you made from a mold?
Sure do. So I've got my dragon here. There is little cabochons I used, and here is that little skull. Ooh. And here's like an elephant. Now this little elephant was actually a little statue piece that I did, and it's like, and then I really liked it, but it was a pain in the butt to make multiples of that, and so I made a mold of it.
So you build a mold out of something you like, and then you can pour resin into it and make multiple copies of that thing.
Yes, because it is so expensive to buy these little metal pieces and stuff like that. I mean, here's an example of some finished molds with the silicone caulk. And these are all clock faces.
Huh.
These are some little metal wings. Now these little metal wings were about $10 to buy, and I ended up making the mold for them, and I have cast probably about 20 or 30 wings out of this.
Out of your original first metal piece.
Yes,
so
and then my total cost on this was $5. Just make sure that you get a good balance of cornstarch with your silicone, and you're good to go. Are you gonna go home and do this?
Maybe. On here.
Thank you so much, and I keep doing that, don't I? This is Pure Imagination with David Fay and Marion
Rasfeld. Hi, thanks.
That time I got it right.